right here.
No?
Meeting and like you speaking at the meeting. Okay. Just from here. I'll just do it here. Or I can back up a little and get wider. Sure.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad you're all here. It's good to see everybody all down in a row here, and we have an audience today. I wanted to remind the commissioners before we start, remember to unmute yourself and state your name when you're speaking. And it looks like we're going to be doing the touchscreen voting today. Okay, very good. All right, with that, let's begin. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to call to order the October 17th, 2023 Senior Citizen Commission meeting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Do we have roll call?
Let the record show all commissioners are present.
Thank you. Commissioner Koblenz, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Today we have a couple of presenters. We'll start with Hilda Huambachano, who is the Chief Health Promotions Officer from Choose Well San Diego.
Well, I'll say hi to everybody. I'm Hilda Huambachano, again, I'm Chief Health Promotions Officer for Choose Well San Diego. I'm just presenting the Choose Well program to everybody today. I just want to mention that Choose Well San Diego is a county-funded program. It's a website tool to help assist individuals, families, and older individuals to look for assisted living communities here that are licensed in San Diego County. So if you are looking for an individual for yourself, a family member, or if you're even a provider or social worker, case manager, looking for an assisted living, this website tool is a great assistance. It's free. It's a free resource to look for any type of community, whether it's small, large. There is also filters to look within the website. If you're looking for a certain zip code, a specialty of care, if you're looking for also a smaller or larger community, you're able to do that within the website. I first want to just let you guys know the differences between assisted and independent if you guys don't know so already. And this is a presentation, so just an exploration of Choose Well San Diego. So for today, the learning goals are the differences between assisted and independent living, the costs and the methods of paying, the Choose Well San Diego scoring method, and then Choose Well website tour. So what is an assisted living? An assisted living is a community or environment that encourages independence while giving older adults a helping hand with their daily activities. And some of these activities include 3 meals a day, daily reminders, and housekeeping. And so assisted living facilities provide non-medical care for 24 hours of the day. The people that do provide the care are caregivers or medical technicians. Sometimes it can also be licensed vocational nurses that are available for certain hours or on call. And also this extends to physicians being staff that can be on call as well. For independent living, so this is also a community or a facility it can be independent only or for a senior active community. That's what they usually call it. It's generally for people aged 55 and older. These individuals are fully independent and don't need support or care. And this just caters to the residents' social needs, well-being, and on-site amenities. This is more catered for the individual that has a home and doesn't want the responsibilities of a home. They just go into these communities. So the differences between assisted living and independent living is basically the assistance needed. So assisted living, you do need some help with activities of daily living, and then independent living, you don't need that type of assistance or care. So for the cost of placement, here in San Diego County, assisted living rooms are around, average from $3,000 to $8,000 and more, depending again the level of care that is needed. And then for independent living, a shared room can go from $1,500 to a private room to $3,000 or more. And again, this all depends on the zip code, the area of San Diego County. So methods of paying, Medi-Cal, Medicaid, and Medicare and SSI do not pay for assisted or independent living stays, or you stay there. Most of the residents have to pay through life savings, income of selling the home, family supports, or long-term care insurance. So most of these communities accept private pay. But there is an assisted living waiver program if there is a need for SSI benefits. This waiver program is really beneficial, but there is a waiting time of 2 years to even apply to this program. And then also, there's only certain communities that accept this assisted living waiver program in San Diego County. So then this comes to, how does Choose Well San Diego assist? So as I mentioned, it's a county-funded program. It's a website tool to help families find distinguished, so RCFEs are residential care for the elderly, for their loved ones, and it's a free resource. We also promote transparency, so we score the facilities that have that volunteer and participate with the Choose Well program. We call them Choose Well members. We go ahead and score them on 11 quality measures using a star rating system. So Choose Well San Diego is not a placement agency, or there's a fee to it. Again, it's a free resource funded by the county. We'd like to let everyone know that. Even we do outreach and we do recruitment, so the outreach is letting the public know about this free website tool, and then for recruitment is trying to get these assisted living communities onto our program so we can get the information from them. So that's pricing, amenities, their level of care, contact information, and getting them scored so the public knows about their services. And there is a hotline, which it's right there, but it's also present at the end. But just wanted to let you know about the hotline. It does, if someone's not as tech savvy, they can always call our hotline and we can help assist them looking for facilities in a certain area or the type of care that they need. So the Choose Well scoring system, it's a numerical value from 1 to 100. The score is made up of public records, so this is based on the Community Care Licensing Division. When they go into these homes and they do any type of citations, this is where we get most of our scoring from. We do have some bonus points in case there is documentation that the facility can provide us, whether it's licensing, any corrections plans to help them boost their score. And then again, facilities do volunteer to be rated as a Choose Well member. And these scores are presented on the website under their facility profile. So everyone has access to see what their scoring is under their facility profile. And then these are the 11 quality measures. So we look at activities and socialization, emergency disaster planning, facility maintenance and safety, food and nutrition plans, non-compliance conference summary status, residents' rights, staffing, civil penalties, specialty of care, basic resident care and supervision, then medical needs and responsiveness. And then for the code violations, so this is if there has been a violation, a star is pretty much taken away or half of a star. Type A is the most serious type of violation that there's immediate risk of health or safety or personal rights. So if a facility lacks a fire clearance for the building, that's a type A type of violation. Type B is if it's not corrected, it can be an immediate risk. So for example, it's a facility staff failed to safeguard medications. And again, there can be a correction plan that the facility can provide us to boost that score or like the star point. And a facility can only earn a max of 5 stars. So this is how it kind of looks on the website. So we provide what specialty of care, any additional waivers and approvals, the facility details, the license number, when it was licensed, and then the last state inspection, their capacity, languages spoken, and then bedrooms and bath. Usually that ranges, it can be a little from 6 beds to up to 100 plus beds. And here's the pricing information, and then again, there's the star system for the 11 quality measures. And then here's the website, if you can just click on the little, there we go. So this is how the website looks like when you first open the homepage. So you can look for a loved one, for yourself, for a patient, or if you're a Choose Well member. If we just can kind of just navigate. So if you can just look for a loved one and then press next. This is where you can click for a specialty care if it's needed. Perfect. And then here is asking if you want a small or big facility. So 6 or any size. Then here's a zip code. If we want to put Encinitas, we can go ahead and do that. They're perfect. And then boom, that pops up. So we have, and if you see that little house icon, that means they are a Choose Well member. So they are participating in our program. So if you go up a little bit, they have 100%. Well, there's pictures first of all, and that's another benefit that we have. Well, I guess for being a Choose Well member, we can go out to these communities and take professional photos of their community and go ahead and upload them. So that can be kind of marketing for them as well. So over here, they have 100% overall Choose Well score. We have an average of the countywide 94, and then here it just tells you it scores 43% higher than most of the facilities in the county. Then there's a little description of Seacrest Village, and lets you know that they do have memory care there, 26 apartments, and they have hospice waivers. And if you see down, it's a founding member for Choose Well, and then all the compliance, the substantial compliance they've had throughout the years. And then if you keep going down to details, here are the details for the facility licensing, the capacity, the languages, the pricing, if they accept SSI or financial assistance, specialty of care, their staffing, amenities, like any on-site services, caregiving, and any additional approvals. If you go a little bit more, go up a bit more, and then if you go to facility rating details, this is where the star system goes, and you can see the 11 quality measures, and it looks like they have no penalties, but everything's pretty much 5 out of 5 stars. That's why they have the 100 score there. So this can be done with any facility that's licensed. If you do see the little house with the hands and the heart, that means they are a Choose Well member, so they have all this information on there. So that's kind of my job right now, is trying to get most of the facilities that are licensed onto this website so we can provide the public this type of information. And if we want to go, and that's pretty much everything for the presentation. I just have my contact information. I can take questions if there's any questions.
Hello, good afternoon. Commissioner Angel here. I'd like to thank you very much for this comprehensive overview. I would have loved to have had this about a year ago when I was helping a family member be placed in an assisted living facility. But it's definitely a resource, and I'm a long-range planner, so I'm already looking, but thank you.
No problem, thank you. I know I every time I kind of give this little spiel, just the navigation of the website, they're like, I wish I knew about this, or, some time ago. I do have a QR code too. I know that's a little bit, tech savvy. There is resources, the link to the website's there. I also have a post-presentation questionnaire just to help improve this presentation. I like to cater it to who the audience is. So any feedback, please let me know. And there is also resources on there for families that we have. I know that some people are kind of in between of trying to have their family members still stay at home. So learning about IHSS, which is the in-home supportive services, and also caregiving. I know that can be also another expense. or even low-income housing. So we have that type of resources on our website as well.
I have a question, Commissioner Farley.
Hi.
Is there a cost for the facility to be on this website? No cost.
It's just a volunteer agreement that they have to sign, and that's pretty much it. But some benefits for the facility to be a part of the Choose Well program is the photo services that I mentioned, kind of free marketing because they get all of their information onto the website. We also do a newsletter that we send out to I've sent out to senior centers, our community members, and also our Choose Well members. We do like a facility spotlight so they can go more into depth about what kind of makes their facility stand out. And that's pretty much the three main things that we kind of try to initiate, the incentives for the facilities to be a part of our program.
Hi, Hilda.
Hi.
Commissioner Ling. Is Choose Well a program that's unique to San Diego County? Are there similar programs in other counties?
I recently just moved down from Long Beach. I know LA County does not have something like this just because the overwhelming amount of assisted living communities. And I know trying to even recruit or have people to be volunteering their information on this would be very exhausting. I know that San Diego County has a goal to at least get like 80%, but again, these facilities relicense, they close, some of them open, so it's always a revolving door trying to recruit. But I know that we're almost at 50%, so we're almost there. We're almost hitting hopefully we get the goal to hit next year. But this is unique to San Diego County, definitely. And I think this is a great resource because I know there's referral and placement agencies, and they kind of just stick to the facilities that they know. And this is a great tool, and even something to learn, just to learn what's within the area and kind of compare and contrast to about the communities. So we're trying to do our best to do the outreach and recruitment that we can.
Thank you.
Commissioner Tobias, just a couple of questions.
Yes.
So the score is a percent of the possible stars, is that right?
So the 97%, yes, it helps. So the score goes up to 100. And if all the stars are pretty much the 5 stars are all completed, usually they have 100%. But if there's like a half of a star or 1 star missing, then that kind of knocks them down to like a 90 or 80%. Okay. One thing that that kind of scared some facilities away if they did have previous citations, because we do look 5 years in the past. If they have a score below 70, we can just show that they are a Choose Well member and not show that the score is published, but we have to put the citations. Basically, if you go to the facility details, you'll see that. And also there is a link for the CCLD, which is a Community Care Licensing Division. Can click onto there and kind of look at all of the facility information, but that's just a bit more tedious to look at because you're looking at reports, and that can be very confusing for people to even read or understand. We try to make it as easy.
One other question.
Yes.
You went through your example, which ended up with the Leach Tech Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
But was that the only facility that scored in 92024 zip code?
I believe so. It looked like it was the only one there, but I know Encinitas has a bit more. Like if you go for a specific.
So how complete would you say your listing is of facilities in the county?
So we have all of the licensed facilities in San Diego County. It's just having them as a Choose Well member. So if they have that little house, that's where we're almost at 50%.
Okay, because I can think of at least 3 other facilities
Mm-hmm. And
nearby
Encinitas.
that didn't show up that have more than 100 residents.
Is there? I'm not sure how many zip code within Encinitas. Is it broken up by?
92024.
And that's the only zip code?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This
Oh,
is
no?
Commissioner Angel. That's not actually correct.
Well, it goes to El
Carter.
Camino Real. And so there's one around the corner here, there's one on El Camino Real, several on El Camino Real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just,
There we go. Okay. There you go. It's because she specifically selected memory care. So Lichen is the only one that has memory care. She looked for
Oh, I
specific
didn't
specific
notice
care.
that.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So yeah, she just filtered a bit more. That's why that only popped up. But if you take off the filter, yeah, there's everything there.
This is Commissioner Martin. Thank you so much. I do believe we also have more than one area code. Yes. One question I had, and you might have gone over it quickly. Do you outreach and give the newsletter to hospitals? Because this comes up in hospitals a lot.
That's one of my next phase. Well, hopefully we get the grant renewed, but that was my next step, was to reach out to hospitals, specifically social workers, case managers, and discharge planners, to let them know about this services so they can go ahead and educate families that do need this assistance.
That sounds good. I would add palliative care specialists.
Palliative care. Okay, perfect. Thank you. See, this is what I. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Oh,
Commissioner Farley again. I just wanted to mention to you, are you familiar with the Elder Care Directory?
yes.
Okay,
we
because that's a good resource. I think you could get a lot of information on, that would help kind of with your information gathering.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I just learned about that too. The Big Old Magazine. I was in, where was I? Vista's Senior Community Care. I saw that.
A lot of the case managers use the Elder Care Directory to refer out to patients.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
This is Commissioner Hanway, and you might have mentioned this too. So if you have 50% now, how many facilities is that in the county? Do you know?
It's almost like 270. It's 270. Can't remember the top. Yeah. And there's, yeah. So there's a good amount of, there should be like 6 to 7. And again, it's growing. Like, it's growing definitely. I know there's the bigger communities are growing faster than the smaller communities. Those are being pretty much bought off, or, being sold and just being left as residential homes now. Yeah.
This is Commissioner Angel. One more note that I've looked at the last list where it was a bit more comprehensive for Encinitas, and I only saw 2 facilities with the little house with the hand. So that tells me that out of that entire list, only 2 have chosen to register with Choose Well. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We're trying to outreach more to North County of San Diego too. I know we've been very fixated within Central San Diego. Just that's where our efforts were at. But now we're starting to go more East County, even South Bay and North County. Try to build my team so we can help do the recruitment.
Thank you, Hilda, for coming out to see us.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
And I see, oh,
Yeah. Bye.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How long does it take to be allocated to a facility? Let's suppose that it's for me or for a loved one. I have to go undergo surgery, something goes wrong, I leave the hospital, I need assisted living. How long will it take for me to be placed in a facility?
I think that's just on case by case, especially if it's the hospital setting. If you're being discharged, I think it just depends on someone's, care plan of like treatment, but it can be pretty quickly just depending on the finances and the opening or the availability that the facility has. Yeah, I think it could go pretty quickly just depending on everyone's, scenario. I can't give a certain time because it's all case by case.
No, I just need
Yeah.
to know,
Yeah.
maybe a week, a month, or
Yeah, I think it just depends on the finances and the availability that the facility has. I think they could, because I know usually there's like move-in specials too. So they're trying to get people into their communities. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
thanks again, Hilda. And I think that was Deanna Minuzzi, our branch librarian from the Encinitas Library. And I think you're going to be here to tell us about what's new.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. And I was supposed to be here with the adult services librarian, Renee Hansen. Unfortunately, she is sick. For almost, I would say, all of you, our library is very well known. But for those who might be new in the area, I want to let you know that Encinitas Library is one of 33 branches in San Diego County system, and we also have 2 book mobiles. So that's our whole system. And it's the most visited branch in San Diego County. And for the last month, we reached 18,000 month people count. So that's how busy we are. I personally manage with the assistance of the assistant branch operations manager and coordinate the work of a team, and this is what we are, a team of 10 full-time employees and 4 part-time employees, and we also have intermittent workers and 10 volunteers currently. We operate in a city building that is staffed by the county. So we have a great partnership with the city. So besides checking out material, we can place holds when materials are not available right away. And we use interlibrary loans, and we request from the public system and from the university system. We can borrow physical material. We can also borrow the digital collection, which is through Libby. And it comprises e-books, e-audiobooks, e-magazines, and newspapers. The goal is always to bridge the digital divide. And that's where we're going with Internet Anywhere. So not everyone has access to a computer or to Internet. So we got a grant, and this is a way to mitigate the digital divide. So we are offering mobile hotspot devices that check out for free. And they can connect you through any kind of device, and it comes with also a charging cable. This, in a way, substitutes Tech Connect, which is a system that we had until now, and some people have it checked out until February. So there will be kind of coexistence with Tech Connect and Internet Anywhere. The hotspot includes unlimited data, and it can connect to more than one device to the hotspot. So they can support multiple connections. And they check out for 3 weeks, and they can offer 4 renewals. After that, they have to be returned to the branch. But it's a good opportunity for some people in our community. Another great program is the opportunity to check out the new Museum Pass programs. And this is called Discover and Go. And it is basically, it's nationally recognized. It's a Museum Pass program. And so all you need to have is a library card. So what you get is free tickets to local museums, to different centers, theaters, the zoo. All you have to do is to reserve the passes online. And you can access Discover and Go through San Diego County Library webpage. Very easy to do. And you get a pass for one time. Then you have to, it's not that you can renew. So you want to go again, you have to check out another one. You can see, that will be the next. Yes, there, thank you. All those are passes that you can check out. And you may see the museums and the San Diego Zoo and all the venues, including the Children's Museum and the Archaeological Center. And here we come to Library High School. This is a program that offers an accredited high school diploma. And it's online, so you can complete your career certificate online. It is free. And the beauty of it is that you can work at your own pace. Something else that we offer online is Rosetta Stones. So if you want to learn another language, you can access Rosetta Stone. It offers more than 30 languages, including ESL. And there are some very interesting languages like pirate language. Now we're going to the next slide. So if you don't want to read the physical book, always remember Libby. So you can try checking out or placing holds on ebooks and e-audiobooks. Remember that they operate the same way that a physical material would do. So sometimes they're available to check out and sometimes they are not, and so you have to place a hold on it. And you can also access magazines online, very interesting, from all over the world in all different languages, and that's through Flipster. For newspapers, at the branch, we are subscribed and we have San Diego Union Tribune, Wall Street Journal, USA Today, and New York Times. But if you want to read them from the comfort of your home, you can check them out digitally. All you need, again, is a library card. And here you have some examples of the UT San Diego, USA Today, New York Times. Try to get familiar with the logos. When we say we can request from Link Plus, we can request from the circuit. So our system is a large system, but we might not be able to get all the titles you might be interested in. So we can also get those books or digital material from consortiums. So it may be Link Plus, which is gives you access to all public and university systems. And then the circuit, which is the San Diego Library Consortium. There is no charge, and you can expect 3 to 5 business days to get your book, and you check out for 21 days. Then it will be up to the lending library to renew as possible. And then the good news is that we have renewed our contract with LAWBUC. LAWBUC is a nonprofit organization that teaches English as a second language to adults 19 and over. So it's not only for people who need to learn the English language, but also for people who want to improve their English skills. Maybe native speakers, but they need to improve their writing skills, for example. The sessions may be individual or for small groups. Right now, we need volunteers for LAWBUC, and we also need the students. So we are restarting. It used to be a very well-attended program before the pandemic, but now we have to kind of start again. So please, if you have a background in teaching and you would like to become a volunteer, please reach out to us. And also we are seeking volunteers because we want to start an after-school tutoring program for children to 3rd through 8th grade. And so we need both kinds of volunteers. We will really welcome your support with that. And other programs, so besides the monthly programs that we partner with the city and the Friends of the Library, which is basically about concerts, the Wednesday concerts with the city and the first Sunday concerts with the Friends. We have seasonal celebrations. And for us, it's all about partnerships. We are celebrating Dia de los Muertos in conjunction with the city. That will be Friday, October 27th, with performances like mariachis and ballet folklorico and ofrenda, and also the decoration for the altar workshops. And we are supporting the event for Dia de los Muertos at Miracosta College. That's Sunday, October 29th. So we will be there as a library to offer support. Coming up is a poetry, the poetry takeover, Saturday, November 4th, and it will be an author kind of book fair. There will be a kids component for the poetry takeover, and there will be an open mic component. So this is in high demand. The program suggestions are in high demand. So to the point that we had to put a stop because we were literally bombarded with 2-3 program suggestions per day from the community. Since each of the suggestions has to be evaluated by the librarians team, we said, well, we have to wait and reinitiate in March 2024. So we'll be looking forward to that date. And new programs are the Encinitas Book Club. Actually started in October, and in November we will be reading the One Book, One San Diego selection, The Sum of Us by Heather McGee. It's about cost of racism and how to prosper together. So you can come to the branch, you can sign up. And then Art Night coming up, Saturday, November 18th. So there will be another partnership with the city and the Friends, because the Friends will be opening their bookstore that night. We have to make sure that coordinate the shuttles and performances. So, as I said, we are working directly with the city. And a new program is Seniors and Screens. We had the first session on Sunday. So it's a teen or a group of teens that are helping seniors with their IT needs. The way we handle programs, new programs, is we pilot. So we may bring a first program and then pilot for 2-3 more times and see how it goes. Then we evaluate and we say, okay, we want to continue and make it a monthly program or not, because perhaps there is no interest in the community. I hope that there will be with this program. So this is about the library. This is about all we're doing and our partnerships. If you have any questions, you can ask me now, or my email address is there. You can reach out to me or to the librarians team by mail. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Diana. This is Commissioner Angel. Well, first of all, I look forward to your updates regularly, and I'm blown away by the overwhelming amount of offerings from the library, and I totally enjoy going to the library. I just like to always mention that there is a separate branch library in Cardiff by the Sea, which is actually under the Encinitas Library. So.
Cardiff by the Sea is one of our sister branches, and we sometimes don't speak about the other branches because we're 33, but we constantly work with them, and we communicate with them. Sometimes we submit our community to other sister branches because of their programming or because of books that we don't have and they do. So we work together. Yes.
Commissioner Farley, I had a question about the tutoring program. Was there another program there last year? It was an organization that came in, was helping to tutor at the library.
Okay, so you must have attended a LOBAC training. Could it be a LOBAC training?
No, there was, I can't remember, there was another group that was tutoring.
Tutoring kids?
Yes.
Okay, so Leah, last year we started with Encinitas for Equality. So could it be that one? Yes, and we resumed this year. We had everything coordinated. We have reserved the spaces, the community room, the literacy lab, the study rooms. We have signed kind of agreement with Blaze, who's the coordinator, and then all of a sudden they found a better or more convenient venue for them. So they said, well, we will not be using the library. So that was unfortunate, and that's why we want to start a kids tutoring at the branch. Yes, they moved to the Bethlehem Church here in Encinitas. So, yeah, they're still around, and they are great. Yes.
This is Commissioner Hanwett. I have a quick question for you, and I too am just so impressed with the variety of programs that you have available to the people in Encinitas. It's pretty amazing. I wondered if you have any written like flyers or brochures. I was particularly thinking about the program where you can use your library card and get free tickets, something that can be posted somewhere. Do you have anything like that, or would?
Yes, we have that. I would say posted different ways. First of all, you can go social media. Second, if you come to the library, you will see the digital screen that shows all the programs. We also have calendars, and we also use Bibliocommons that is online, and it shows per branch each of the programs, and it gives all the information.
Not a paper copy, though.
Paper copies, yes, we do have paper copy of the calendar of events per month.
Okay.
I don't have it here, but we do. I should have brought it. But yes, if you go to the branch, there is staff who take care of the monthly calendar. So now you will have October, and we are getting ready for November. And as you mentioned, all the programs and the quality and all that, we would not be able to do that without our partnerships and without the generous collaboration and support from the Friends of the Library, who they'll support, and we have a budget for everything we bring to the library. So, yes.
Martin, thank you so much. Don't ever get rid of paper books, though, because I hear all the time, young and old, I want to read a real book. So
We
don't
will
ever
not. We will not. Because we always think about the general public. So there is a certain public that would rather read online, but not all of us. I still enjoy going through the pages. Yes.
Thank you, Deanna.
Oh, you're welcome.
That brings us to agenda item 5, oral communications. Do we have any oral communication speakers today?
We do. We have one, Barbara Murray, and just remember you have 3 minutes to address the commission.
Hi, I'm Barbara Murray. I don't have a fancy presentation because I didn't know. So in consultation with Julie, we decided that my item was not an agenda item, even though it relates to your work program, because it's basically about a hole in your work program. So I'm going to tell you where the hole is and ask you to look into it. I am a longtime resident of Cardiff. I've lived there since 1987. I am also, even by the very generous definition they use in Norway, a senior. And I am working with a group called the San Diego Hunger Coalition. So I have kind of an informal relationship with them right now. I'm trying to help them develop a senior outreach program. So I noticed in going through your work program, you are addressing a lot of needs that seniors have. You talk about you're dealing with housing, you're dealing with medical issues, you're dealing with transport issues, issues of long-term care and socialization, but you don't talk anywhere in there about hunger. And that is a really big issue. I know that the city does provide some meals through the senior center. I know there's Meals on Wheels. People may or may not be aware of food pantries that are available in the general area. But the thing that San Diego Hunger Coalition is really focused on is helping people to access benefits that are already there. In other words, not just having to go out somewhere to get a hot meal, but how can we get them more money, for example, to spend on their own groceries. So one of the things that I looked at was what is the real needy senior population in Encinitas? We live in Encinitas. There's no poor people here. Ha ha. There's actually quite a few. So 2020 census data show us, and again, of course, they aren't counting all of the hungry people, and we're not really even talking about unhoused people. We're talking about people that have a place to live that are hungry. There are about, give or take, 2,500 people living in Encinitas whose incomes fall below the federal poverty level, and that is $14,580 per year total income. So over 2,500 people in our city meet that criteria. We have over 3,100 whose income only reaches 125% of poverty level, which is $1,225 per month or per year. So those people all are clearly qualified as needy. And what I'm looking to do is try to figure out how in our city we can reach those people. And can I have an extra minute? Thank you. How can we reach those people and help them to apply for benefits that they're eligible for? For example, the CalFresh or SNAP benefits, which are available to seniors. The senior criteria for that are very generous. So in looking at your net income, they subtract all of those things that you have to pay every month, like rent, utilities, and so forth. So it's very easy for someone at 125 or probably 150% or more of the poverty level to qualify for those benefits. But there's nobody out there telling seniors that they can get this. And those benefits are quite a lot of money. So for one person, it's $281 a month for groceries. For two people, it's $516 a month. In addition, there are programs where you can get like a double your money bonus at certain farmers markets. They might do it at the one up on Saxony, the coastal routes. I'm not 100% sure. But there is a special program for seniors where if you say you spend $20 on produce, you can get $40 worth of produce. People don't know about these things, and those people are in our community and they're hungry. And what I am asking you to do is look closer at this issue, maybe have a speaker come in. I know the person who's running this program, and they are a nonprofit. They don't really make any money except for their outreach programs. That's what they do, is reaching out to all different communities in San Diego County and trying to connect people with their benefits. And they have a program called Hunger Navigator, which trains essentially trusted community members so in other words, find seniors who have some time on their hands, who know some of these people, whose friends are people that are on a very fixed income, who don't have enough to eat. Who maybe they're helping out. Find those people and train them to be hunger navigators and get them the access to the food that they need. So I'm just throwing that out there as something that you guys kind of left off your work program that I would like to see addressed.
Thank you, Barbara.
Sure.
I want to point out where protocol does not allow us to ask any questions. So, but I will say, stick around. Stick around because we're going to go over our work plan.
Can I speak during the agenda? No. I will send you information, because I don't think I can stay for the whole meeting, but I'll send you information about the program and the contact there.
Agenda item 6, changes to the agenda. Are there any changes to today's agenda?
There are none.
And next is approval of the meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the September 19th, 2023 meeting minutes?
Commissioner Martin, I move to approve the 2020, the last meeting minutes.
Commissioner Martin has motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Commissioner Angel, I'll second that motion.
Commissioner Angel seconds the motion. We will be voting on touchscreen to approve the meeting minutes.
Let the record show it passes unanimously.
That brings us to Agenda Item 8, Action Items. 8A, Senior Citizen Commission Annual Work Plan. We'll go one by one on the work plan list here and hear from the commissioners on any progress that was made. Okay, that brings us to work plan item 1, attend city-sponsored, city-partnered local community events, serving as city ambassadors. Any updates?
This is Manager Good. So I just wanted the commission to keep in mind that the holiday parade is fast approaching. It's coming up on December 2nd at 5:30 p.m. And the theme this year is titled Traditions of Encinitas. So start thinking about how you want to work your way down the parade route. If you want to use the same vehicles as last year, if Commissioner Martin would so kindly offer them again, or if you have other modes of transportation that you would like to use.
Okay. Anything else for this particular work plan item?
Commissioner Comas, I did attend the art walk. I helped get people on the shuttles, which is great. And I did get an opportunity just last week to do Movie in the Park. And a very successful event to see all the families and to see certain people dressed up. It was fun.
Thank you. Work plan item 2, identify guest speakers for our monthly meetings to provide education regarding topics related to adults 50 plus and find platforms to disseminate the information to adults 50 plus. Any updates?
Commissioner Farley, I am interested, based on what the speaker had mentioned, possibly getting somebody here from CalFresh or from SNAP to speak to us.
Okay.
Commissioner Tobias, do you have any recommendations for speakers?
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, work plan item 3, engages organizers and volunteers with local community service organizations and the community and senior center. Any updates? Okay, so I'm still doing my usual thing. I'm volunteering at the computer lab as a tutor, and I am working at the senior lunch program. Work plan item 4, continue partnership with the Encinitas Rotary Club and explore other Encinitas Service Club partnerships to recognize or promote Senior Citizen of the Year and Lifetime Achievement Awards. Any updates?
This is Commissioner Martin. There are forms coming your way. There's been a lot of discussion by the 3 commissioners as well as city staff on this Senior Citizen Award with the Rotary Club. And through many meetings back and forth, the title of the program, instead of Senior Citizen of the Year Award, it is now Senior Citizen, or at least the hope is that it would be now Senior Citizen Service Award, and no specific year. The reason being that sometimes it really comes to our attention that somebody did tremendous amount of service, but it might not have fit into those specific windows of that year. The additional discussion was whether or not we would continue the annual aspect of the, my brain is just not coming with the
Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you so much. Lifetime Achievement Award. And many of us also felt that so many things in our experience on TV and media, that is something that is a special occasion. It's a special award that goes to somebody, but it's not necessarily something that you're having every single year. And because sometimes the nominations are only or have been sometimes a very small number, dividing it into two sometimes doesn't make that a reality. So what we thought was, with people nominating and hopefully starting to nominate more, and I'll tell you how that might happen. Well, you've got the piece of paper in front of you, but the idea is that we will, as time goes on, have people that are definitely so stellar in stardom of their volunteer efforts and community service to Encinitas that we choose to give that one a Lifetime Achievement Award. I think I'm hopefully saying that correct. So what you have in front of you, first of all, is a nomination form that was revised in several ways, but this one specifically also tells the window which we felt we needed to broaden, because inevitably, by the time you hear that we're open to nominations, it's almost the day that it's closed to nominations, if you're out there in the community. So we really thought that we needed to open that. I think there's several other changes, but maybe other people will present a little bit more specific details after me. But the topic of how can we broaden our base of nominations through the help of Roger in the Rotary Club, we have come up with a strategy and timelines and responsible people to get more nominations. And believe me, we are all behind that. So I don't know exactly what the rules are for going forward, but could you, Christy, or Mona, the manager, or the commissioner, add to this?
This is Commissioner Angel. Well, first of all, thank you very much. I think that was a stellar presentation. And as Maureen just mentioned, the ad hoc committee has met several times and had lengthy discussions. What we're looking for, as always, is best practices and have a very inclusive program, and one that does not necessarily have an annual, as you mentioned, annual lifetime achievement, because it is just that. I think that was the other change we made that I'm aware of. And I know that the Rotary representative, Mr. Roger Bolis, has been on this ad hoc committee for at least, well, since its inception. And he was very pleased to see a marketing campaign to really promote on an ongoing basis an opportunity to nominate individuals. We've had lackluster nominations in previous years, and so it is our hope to promote that and really disseminate this throughout the city. So thank you. Manager Goodsell?
Thank you for covering that topic so thoroughly, and all the work you've done on this program. I think you've made some good recommendations. We don't need a motion, but you just might want to reach out to the other commissioners here and just kind of get a consensus that you want to move forward with the changes. I know we talked about extending the nomination period, which would start January 2nd, 2024, and would conclude on March 14th, 2024. I guess there's always the opportunity to extend that nomination deadline if we don't feel like we've received enough nominations. I know that's something we've done in the past as well. But you've done a nice job simplifying the nomination form. It's very easy to read, and there's no confusion. And we now have a flyer that we can enlarge. And we can make this flyer into poster size, put it up on an easel at the Community and Senior Center to promote this program. Some other marketing ideas that the ad hoc committee has come up with is providing brief 1 to 2 minute presentations at various programs with instructor permission at the center. taking flyers around town and seeing if businesses would be willing to post the flyer in their storefront windows. Of course, the city will continue to do the e-blasts and post on the website, and the Rotary will do so as well. And I think that pretty much covers the marketing aspect.
I think it does. Thank you so much, Manager Goodsell. This is one thing you might all think that if you weren't on this ad hoc committee, that you weren't required to promote this program, but think another thing, because we need everyone to be involved in this. And I think it's a really exciting program, and I know we have some amazing seniors in our community.
Commissioner Koblenz, I do want to acknowledge the ad hoc committee. It's a wonderful forum. I don't have my glasses. I seem to be missing an age category on this nominee form. See, I told you I was missing my glasses. Thank you.
Commissioner Farley, I was wondering if there was anybody that had the ability to send out like a press release to local press, like to the Encinitas Advocate, or like, some of the local publications. Has anyone explored that idea?
That's not item number 3, and there will be periodic articles and promoting as well as emails.
And there will be, this is Manager Goodsell, there will be a press release that the city puts out to our media contacts.
Commissioner Tobias, I just want to thank my fellow commissioners on this ad hoc committee for doing so much work, and I think polishing this effort. Thank you both.
We felt your spirit.
And this is Commissioner Hanwett, and I am happy that you came up with all these marketing things, because I think that's really the concept is such a wonderful concept, but if nobody knows about it, then you're not going to get the input that you should be able to get. So I think this is a great effort.
Thank you. I have to be totally honest. It was Roger that came up with most of that text. I just modified it, and we've added to it. Thank you, Roger.
This is Commissioner Angel. So if there is no opposition to implementing these changes, I would definitely move that effective this next year, this will be the new nomination form. These will be the implemented marketing strategies, and this will be the Senior Awards poster that will be disseminated.
I'd like to second the motion.
I don't think we actually need to have a motion or a vote on this, as Manager Goodsell said, but I hear no objections to what's been proposed by the ad hoc group, so I think we'll just go ahead and do it.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will note, this is Commissioner Angel again, I will notify Mr. Roger Bullis. He's the member from Rotary, a collaborative working partner for many years.
Thank you. That brings us to work plan item 5, and we're kind of running a little long, so I'm going to try to move it along a little bit. Create new and sustain ongoing intergenerational programming in collaboration with the Encinitas Youth Commission and other service organizations. So our ad hoc group had a meeting with the Youth Commission ad hoc intergenerational programs group yesterday. And that was very exciting because we not only talked about revisiting the Techie Tutors event and the Playful Connections event, which we did the last term, and we have some good ideas that we'll share with staff at the appropriate time for how we want to kick off those events. The intent is to have those things going on probably in the November timeframe before the end of the year. We also talked about the intergenerational garden concept. A lot of that was discussed in prior discussions with Commissioner Hamlet and I from the perspective of grant funding. But we've had a chance to share share the intergenerational garden program idea with the Youth Commission. They were very, very enthusiastic about it. They made some suggestions that we had not thought about. And thanks for Commissioner Tobias for noticing the ATP diagram on the whiteboard in the background of Commissioner Licenzi's screen. But he brought up, Commissioner Leszczynski actually brought up the possible incorporation of STEM in a educational program surrounding gardening. So there's a lot of ideas that are bouncing around. We haven't quite connected all the dots yet. We are trying to partner up with the Boys and Girls Club just across the way from the Senior Center. So there's a lot of little things. We've had numerous discussions bouncing around ideas. So when things settle down, we'll have something written up, and we will share that with the rest of the commission. Any other comments for?
I have one comment. This is Commissioner Martin. Did you hear the library mention the tech
Yes.
senior?
Yep.
And I was wondering if there was any possibility of kind of connecting the two groups, not so much all time, but just being aware, them being aware of you and you being aware of them.
We can do that. I think they are really separate programs. I would be interested in seeing what the Seniors and Screens program looks like at the library, but we had some good success with the Techie Tutors program event last time, and we had some good suggestions from the youth volunteers who participated, as well as some feedback from the survey that we put out. So we're going to incorporate those ideas and then present some proposals to staff. Next on our list here is, here we go. Work plan item 6, create new and sustain ongoing programs for adults 50+, including computer assistance, Feeling Fit Club, and class offerings at the Encinitas Community and Senior Center, Encinitas Parks, and/or San Diego County Libraries in Encinitas. Any updates?
Commissioner Koblenz, we are slightly still massaging our survey, but I think we've reached a place where we have some pretty good data as to where the next focus is on some of the programs, which we are continuing to talk about. And I think I feel really good about the information. I feel great about what's happening with the lunch program and some of the other programs that people are participating in. So more to come, as you say.
And this is Commissioner Ling, and I wanted to add to Commissioner Koblenz's comments about that. I think the purpose of the survey is really to let us know what ideas are brewing amongst the participants at the Senior Center. But for us, as the commissioners, we need to find our passion projects, the things that we really feel very strongly about implementing. And that's probably more important than how many people did we hear from the survey about a particular activity. It's those things that we feel very strongly about that we want to put in the time and effort to roll out, and I think that's really what makes the difference. So we can share a lot of the answers to what new programs would you be interested in, or what programs could use improvement, and use that as a launching point for this particular ad hoc group to make decisions on what programs they want to adopt.
Thank you. This is Commissioner Martin. I also wanted to add to both of your contributions because one of the things that I heard in our discussions is all three of us are very, very interested in doing more outreach and promotion of our programs because I think I've been used as an example several times. I didn't even know about the senior programs for 20 years. So, of course, that could just be my problem. Anyway, there definitely is a commitment to get out there and promote and not only speak, but also listen to what is being said in the community.
Thank you. Work plan item 8. Explore grant funding opportunities based on community needs and survey results.
7?
Work plan item 7. Leverage participation in Age Well San Diego 2.0 conversations to create recommendations and programs that can directly affect the adult 50-plus community in Encinitas. Updates.
Now, they meet every other month, so no, I do not have an update. This is Commissioner Hanwitt.
Okay, that brings us back to 8. Explore grant funding opportunities based on community needs and survey results.
This is Commissioner Hanwitt again. I'm going to ask Manager Goodsell to give us a little update on our quest to get shade for the outside patio where the exercise equipment is at the senior center.
Sure. So the Encinitas Community and Senior Center received an invitation to submit a letter of interest for grant funding, and it can be for programming and also capital items, although primarily programming. So what we're looking at writing this grant for is for shade coverage over the outdoor fitness equipment that we acquired from the Somm Family Foundation grant. That's one piece that's still missing, and shade is rather expensive, these structures, then also the installation. So we are going to submit for it, and we'll see what happens. The letter of interest is due this Friday, and Jessie will take a look at the grant shade proposal that she initially worked on, and because it's always good to have a second set of eyes on this, and we will make sure that we get that in before the deadline, and we'll see what happens. So in addition to the shade, we're also proposing that we would implement new senior fitness programs, some circuit training. We already have handheld weights. We have stretch bands. We have BOSU balls. We have all kinds of equipment. And then alongside that, we would also start up a walking group. So that would add to leverage socialization for seniors. So it wouldn't just be the physical aspect, but it would also be stimulating that socialization that seniors need as well. And then I also submitted a letter of interest for a separate grant through the foundation, and that was to receive funding once again for the holiday baskets, and then potentially some live entertainment during the holiday month for the senior nutrition program and some other activities. So I'll let you know if that is granted or not.
Thank you, Manager Goodsell. Anything else we want to add to this today? No. Brings us, I believe, to work plan item 9. Develop and conduct a survey for adults 50 plus to gain insight into programs and services for this demographic. Do we want to say anything in addition to what's already been spoken? No, I think we're good. Work plan item 10, research best practices as it relates to adults 50 plus issues and send letters of support as needed to City Council and commissions. Any updates?
This is Commissioner Hanwitt. I mentioned at our meeting last month that Lambert and I are attending the Encinitas Academy, and that we had asked the city manager about what happens to those letters. We had 2 that we've sent in recent years, the one on universal design and then recently about the permits. And she said she would find out, but we didn't get to see her again because she didn't come to the next meeting. But the one we had last week was about development services, and I had the opportunity to talk to Anna Colamusi, who's the assistant director. And the permitting came up because they were talking about permits, and they were saying exactly what they said when they visited us, whenever that was, a year or so ago. And I told her that we were really curious about what happened to the letter that we had sent. And so she sent me an email and said, "Hi, Jessie, I wanted to let you know that the staff is in receipt of the attached letter," which is our letter. "We are very appreciative of this summary and suggestions. I have been told by my Andrew Maynard that he is working with the building official to improve the process per the suggestions." So obviously they paid attention, but I'm glad that we had the opportunity to ask about it, because I'm not sure that we ever would have known that unless we happened to look at the website. So I felt like that was good news.
Thank you for doing that.
Okay. And I think that is the last thing on our work plan. So that brings us back to agenda item 9, informational items. Manager Goodsell, do you have an operations report for us?
I sure do. So 461 meals were served at the Senior Nutrition Program in September, along with 227 one-way rides. Some upcoming holiday-themed nutrition events will be the Halloween-themed luncheon on October 31st, so we encourage you to wear your costumes. Ice cream birthday celebration on November 3rd, and bingo on November 21st. We had a total of 780 non-nutrition participants registered for programs in September. The next social dance will be held this Friday, October 20th at 2 p.m. The theme is Spooktacular for Halloween, and music will be performed by the peer group, and once again, we encourage costumes. Something you might be interested in attending, there will be a community input session hosted by the County of San Diego Behavioral Health Services in NUC San Diego at the Encinitas Library on November 6th at 6 p.m. The aim is to engage and synthesize key findings that can inform the Board of Supervisors about the behavioral health needs and priorities across underserved communities in San Diego County. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Manager Hamer, you have department updates for us.
Yes, thank you. Manager Hamer here. Wanted to update you that we had a successful movie in the park featuring the Addams Family too. We had approximately 300 people with the help of Commissioner Koblenz there, manning the city booth and reaching out to the public. We also featured a spooky house, which was a small sort of children's haunted house that brought about 100 families marching through, and so that was also a success and a lot of fun. We look forward to the next one. As has already been notified, is that the Cultural Arts Department division is working with the library on the Day of the Dead celebration that's going to be on October 27th, and that's going to feature workshops, ballet folklorico, and mariachis, as well as an event at Maricosta College on Sunday, October 29th. They are also featuring a Pacific View Arts Center survey requesting community feedback and interest on what programming should be offered at the center. So if you have interest in that, I highly encourage you to go to the Cultural Arts website and take that survey, make sure your voice is heard, pass that on to your community contacts, and make sure that everybody adds their 2 cents so that when it opens, people are seeing what they're looking for versus saying, why isn't that there? This is a chance for you to share your voice. Another upcoming event we have is the Art Night. That will be on Saturday, November 18th. As the library shared, that's a feature that has the art presentation at City Hall, Encinitas Library, as well as the Encinitas Community and Senior Center. We use VIP volunteers for that program, and I know many of you have also helped with it. Once again, a great opportunity to reach out to community members that might not normally come to the center, introduce them to our services, what we offer in our program. So I'll be sending out an email inviting you to help with that program also. And as Christy mentioned, the holiday parade will be here before we know it. And that theme of traditions of Encinitas, time to put on the thinking caps and think about how you want to manifest what your tradition of Encinitas is that you want to share. Maybe a good opportunity to promote your, senior of, not of the year, but senior award. That type of thing, because you'll be amongst a lot of members of the public. And another exciting thing to share is that right now we're building our winter guide, but we just recently received very good news that our onboarding process for new instructors has been simplified, and it will be a much simpler application that we'll have posted on the city's website to become an instructor with a simple application and easier steps for people to get in and start teaching. So I know your survey's linked to that with a lot of the different interests. And as soon as that link is live, I will share it with all of you. And I am going to have our staff doing research to make sure that we're reaching out to all our businesses and fitness clubs and creators and instructors here in our local community to get them into our centers and sharing their expertise and knowledge with our customers. So we're super excited about that. That will really be hitting on the spring, summer summer guide, because right now the winter guide's under production already. But we know that you also have great interest in that, and we look forward to working together to really expand what we're offering. So thank you for your patience, and that is the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Manager Hamer. That's really good news.
Could I ask something?
Sure.
The mention of the parade, I'm not sure how it went last year, but Manager Goodsell, you were just incredibly proactive about getting us registered and telling us all the details that we needed to know. And then with that, we got the volunteers to get into the vehicles and such. Can you do your rah, rah, rah thing again?
So the most important piece of the puzzle here is figuring out how you're going to get down the parade route. So if you do want to, that would be something for the commission to figure out. I can handle the rest. So I will take care of the registration. I will take care of, we will make sure we have signage for the vehicles if you choose to go down in a vehicle. And I will take care of all the administrative duties revolving around the parade in terms of the commission participating. Sure.
Okay, that brings us to Agenda Item 10. Are there any commission member-initiated agenda items?
There are none.
Agenda Item 11. Commissioners, do you have any agenda items you would like to have added for the next meeting? No? Okay, that brings us,
Commissioner Martin, I guess what we could add is the next meeting is just a summary of our plans for the parade.
okay, fair enough.
And we can incorporate that into work plan item number 1.
Manager Hamer, I wanted to also add that we will include the new special events and supervisor position that oversees that particular event. Her name is Nicole White, and we'll invite her to join us at the next commission meeting for introductions.
Thank you. Okay, that brings us to Agenda Item 12. Commission reports, the roundtable. I'd like to ask the commissioners if you have any announcements or reports to add, and I'll start with Commissioner Tobias.
Commissioner Tobias here. No, I don't have anything to add to this. Thank you.
Commissioner Martin, I think I've put them in at the appropriate places, so thank you very much.
Commissioner Koblenz, I have nothing to add.
Commissioner Farley, nothing to add.
This is Commissioner Angel. I just am very, very excited about this Senior Citizen Service Award and moving forward with this.
Commissioner Hanwett, I wanted to give you a quick update on Encinitas Village, which continues to blossom, and we're in the process of working on a volunteer application and orientation and a little manual, getting insurance and a platform that will mesh service requests with people that want to volunteer. And we really meet just about every week in order to do that. One of the things that at High Country Villas, when we had our meeting asking for people's needs, transportation was by far the thing that most people wanted. And so what we did do is we did, using a pamphlet from the Senior Center, we updated a little bit and made it into I can pass this down so you can take a look, into a new transportation that's available for seniors. It doesn't have anything to do with our wish in the future for us to be able to provide our own volunteer drivers, but this would be transportation options that are available now, some free and some with a cost involved. And then lastly, I was able to attend the National Village to Village Gathering Empowering Communities Conference. It was a Zoom conference, but it was very interesting to hear what people are doing all over the country and how we can get involved in the same kinds of activities here.
Okay, and now it's my turn. I wanted to mention again that both Commissioner Hamlet and I are participating in the Encinitas Academy, and that's it's a good learning experience, and I strongly encourage the next time you have the opportunity to participate in that. And I don't think I mentioned when we were talking about intergenerational programs, in our discussion with the youth commissioners yesterday, we did also talk about a spring food drive. And we strongly recommended partnering with North County, the food project. So that's something I think we will see how the first two events go, and then we'll revisit both the intergenerational garden discussion and the food drive for 2024. Okay, that brings us to agenda item 13, adjournment. The October 17th, 2023 Senior Citizen Commission meeting is hereby adjourned at 3:24. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for your help on Saturday, Friday, and Saturday. You got it. It was fun. Did you dress up too? I was part of the spooky house. I was the tour guide. It was great. You'll have to ask Nicole about it. It was quite a show. It was quite a show. A coworker of mine, she came with her husband and her granddaughter. Her granddaughter was dressed as Wednesday from the Addams Family, and we made it a whole like storyline. Yeah. So it was fun. It was cute. swim, yeah, but they were like scared, and they had fun, yeah. I had 2 criers, one little girl refused to go in. It was cute, and there was a long line the whole time. Like the line, oh yeah, we had the background, yeah. But the line was the whole time, like right at 5 p.m. I was kind of shocked. We had a good crowd.
How'd you do the music? How did you?
It was just on Spotify, and it was Christmas music.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually some of it, yeah, off my spot.
What kind of scary things
Yeah, Amanda did the experience thing, so there was brains and eyeballs and fingers and stuff. Yeah, and then we had chains and like, her husband was really good at it. He kind of like jumped out from behind the RIP coffin and, yeah. And then we had a volunteer named Megan, who she was an alchemist and she was like a witch that made potions that at Wednesday had disappeared when she drank it. So she's like, do you want to try some of it? You know, the kids would be like, no. And I'm like, but it'd be fun to disappear, don't you think? You know, and they're like, no. It was cute. Very great. It was great for the elementary school. Yeah. And some of them were like, that was my first time in a haunted house, you know, like as they were heading out. So, yeah, it was good.
They like it.
Turned out better than I thought it would. I mean, I didn't think people would come, so.
Yeah. My son volunteered at that corn maze, you know. Have you ever heard about that, Carlsbad? Oh, yeah, at the strawberry field. Yeah, that's really scary.
Did you go?
I went last, or 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's fun. There's supposedly, what was that one friend of ours saying, that there's a speakeasy, and you have to have a special code, it's in the cornfield, don't you?
For parents, when their kids go through.
I think you go to Pacific Coast Girls website or something like, some other website.
Yeah.
They give you the.
Isn't that so odd, though?
It is kind of weird. I think it's weird why your kids are just getting scared and running around the cornfield.
Like, who would think, though? Like, you know?
People like to get scared.
I know. Oh, I know. It's like just all the audience. When they lose their
Okay,
kids.
so it was a him thing. I mean, that's why I'm like, I don't want to just make decisions on the site. Have a conversation.
We got all this.
We should talk to Troy about it too, because,
Yeah.
you know,
He oversees the front desk. At the front desk meeting, number one, they're not gonna get rid of. Number two, now suddenly a supervisor's birthday.
That like would not
no, also, and then he had, you know, okay, awesome.
And they don't have any. Well, it used to not be Troy's office. It used to be so like, and I know even Troy's, and you guys have the mouse, so I just take the mouse from my lunchroom and I plug it in, because I can't see. I'm in for the parade this year.
You're in the parade, okay.
No, I'm going.
You're going, yeah. Okay, so I go too.
Yeah, we had to tell me that we can use the cars. Are you gonna do the reservation?
I always do.
Okay.
I can grab it online.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, I'll just fill it out.
Okay. And I'll forward you the email about the cars.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know about that. That's great.
It was a while ago and I just.
Good, that's awesome that she's.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's a lifesaver, you know, having those videos.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's no cars, you try to track them.
I know, other years we've had like days.
Yeah. No. So, yeah, I'll send that to you.
Okay.
It's on us. So let's talk to Troy. I'm pretty neutral, because my thought was if, like, let's say it's elk. Thank you.
If you still need somebody for a walking club, I'm still interested.
Oh, really? Okay. I think we're gonna put it in the guide for winter, so it's gonna happen in January. And then we'll just piece together, like, maybe you only do it once a month, or, because we wanna do it weekly. So I'll make sure Amy knows. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Do we know if there's a garden club based around the community center?
Around the community center, no.
So that was one of the tie-ins that we were talking about with the garden. Because, you know, we keep thinking, we need to find a tie-in back to this facility, the community center and the senior center.
Yeah, and we have cooking classes for kids, we have cooking for adults. The kids ones are popular, or, you know, the summertime.
Oh, yeah, in the summer.
Do you mean to link it to the Boys and Girls Club?
Meaning to link it to the garden, if that happens to be located at the Boys and Girls Club, which, by the way, it's less than a quarter
Oh,
mile.
they have beautiful
Yeah.
garden beds. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a really nice setup.
And they're talking about, I think the way they look at it is there's an opportunity to start putting things in that they've been talking about for a long time. Right, particularly if, and we were just talking to Stephen, weird how these things are connected. But he had mentioned even vocational training, a trade training for seniors learning how to plant gardens and grow things. And we kind of linked it to a discussion that we had yesterday with the youth commissioners. And they were very interested in applying their STEM education to,
So like having a class?
or even just learning by rote. Going to the garden, learning about how do I measure water moisture, how do I take advantage of some of the STEM tools that are available for.
Yeah, so if the Boys and Girls Club is open to hosting those, like I think if there was a flyer for it, we could have it at the center, but it would definitely be, because it's their site.
Oh, yeah. But I'm also looking at, are there, because, bottom line is, we are an organization that wants to support the community and senior center.
Yes.
Right? Parks and Recreation, all that. And so we're always going to be looking for, is there tie-in? It would be great to have an intergenerational garden hosted by somebody else. But the other thing we look at is, are there funding opportunities that we can have tie into the senior center?
Right, I mean, then our challenge is that there is not gardens set up at the senior center, like that's just, so if it has to be gardens, that's where that makes that
Yes,
difficult line.
but we could also partner with the Boys and Girls Club, because they are a legitimate 501c3 organization, and we could have classes about gardening, or we could have a garden club. That's why I asked that question. And it may be based at the senior center or community center, but you just take a walk on the back trail there and you go to the.
So is the Boys and Girls Club allowing the commission to host classes?
We haven't gone that far yet.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
So.
But we could do educational classes at the center.
Yes.
If it's textbook study type classes on gardening, if an instructor
No,
submits.
yeah, he's talking about going to the Boys and Girls Club to actually.
Well, meaning to apply it. So you take the class
Oh,
at the
and then
senior
you
center.
practice hands-on.
Right,
down the
you
Boys
learn
and Girls
something
Club.
about certain tools or certain techniques.
Pop in.
And then the hands-on comes with that experience of gardening.
So definitely the Boys and Girls Club, since it's their property and everything,
Oh, yeah.
it's
And-
really up to
Oh, yeah.
them.
And
I'm sure they want those for the children also to learn and grow
right.
and be able to participate
Yes.
in the growing of
Yes,
things.
but they're also very interested in intergenerational programs.
Sure, yeah, no,
So-
and they're a great entity for being able to write grants and get funding.
Right.
They do that very well.
Yes, and there is some question about, everybody who participates has to be vetted out. We're experienced with that.
And they do that though, the Boys and
Yes.
Girls Club does their own.
They do
their own
theirs.
fingerprinting.
The question was whether, because some of the programs also do their own vetting, and whether or not that could be.
So
Satisfying.
organizations, like the city can't share with the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
And like if it, like teachers, like we've had like, oh, it's a school district teacher who wants to work for us. The school district can't share
So
the
you still have to
information,
do the
yeah,
vetting.
and it's called a live scan.
Yeah.
So like if there's an incident after the fingerprint's taken, it's reported directly. So usually it's in the best interest of that direct organization to have that live scan.
That's good to know.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the,
And there's a cost, that's why they're probably asking. I mean, everything costs money.
it didn't really come up in that context, but they were saying specifically, if you're gonna volunteer there, if you're going to participate, you need to be.
Which is good, which is good.
Well, there's children there, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they should have a process, and they should have like a form, and,
Yeah. So,
and maybe it's that people who are gonna have the opportunity to use the gardens, because that's not really completely volunteering, maybe they pay for their own fingerprinting, if that helps the Boys and Girls Club. It can get expensive.
Yeah.
That I promise you.
and there may be funding opportunities to deflect some of the costs. Don't know.
Oh,
We're-
yeah, I
we're-
mean, once you're collaborating, different organizations, and for the Boys and Girls Club, they're saying we're having seniors come, it's opens a big door.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
and it's
kind
too bad like that already hadn't happened for that intergenerational one because that would have been a
Yeah,
perfect,
that would
have
be
been a perfect one, but,
But it came up so quick.
yeah.
right.
And that was the problem, was all this stuff is just taking many hours and weeks to put together. and we had like a
Welcome to
week
our
do it.
world.
No, no, no. and-
That's the world of
but
government.
That's what we were up against with that other the other
Right.
request. We didn't even have time to figure out what we were gonna do.
Just like the shade one is coming up, it just, all of a sudden, here it is, you know, I gotta do something.
I kind of feel
and-
like county had some extra money and they're trying to figure out. It's one of those use it or lose it type of situations.
Well, and gardens can be, obviously there's many benefits to them, and
Yeah.
it's great that they want to support that as well as intergenerational. Those are all very great things to support. So our challenge is we just don't have system gardens. And the ones that we had were not to par for you guys. So just keep at it.
You will.
Take
All
care.
right, bye-bye.
Yeah, even that, one of those parks, they're reassessing stuff to do with it. So, like, who knows, maybe one day there'll be community gardens. I don't know. Colonies and Encinitas as well. So the Boys and Girls Club is probably very well aware that they're going to do the work. They're doing it. And then they say, oh, we want to get food to, they're not going to like that. We'll see what happens. I mean, they've been so far. Even the stuff he's talking about, like, oh, what is it, Boys and Girls Club say about that? Like, oh, we haven't even asked them. Well, they would probably like, when the kids are in school, if seniors go and do work on it. And do maintenance.
Exactly, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. So we'll see.
Okay, yeah, so if you want to talk to Troy, my thought would be like, and again, I don't see it with Parker, but if Elle's like calling out on Thursdays more consistently
Well,
or
like
something.
Parker, he takes vacation sometimes on Mondays, and so, or he's out or he's hurt his back or whatever, so it's on a Monday, it seems like.
Yeah, it hasn't been in a while though. I haven't had him out on a Monday in quite some time. That's when I first started, that was like everybody was that way.
Yeah.
And I haven't had him out. in a
Because I
while.
thought he,
In fact, I have a field
hurt his
allocation meeting.
back or hurt his neck or something recently, but.
Not in a while. It's
Or got
been-
food was sick, or I forget what it was, some of the stomach was messed up. Anyways, I don't know.
But I haven't, I mean, he's pretty vocal. I
Yeah,
think
he
Elle's
is.
kind of vocal too. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that from him, like, hey, can we get that Monday, or can we adjust, like, he hasn't
Yeah.
propositioned it. I haven't heard, oh, Amy's not doing it, why are we still? Like, nobody has said that.
So then if we're not hearing any pushback, maybe we just keep it the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, what we
Like
can
in the
start, we
past,
can
like
start
up until
tracking
just
it.
recently, they were finding their own coverage.
I mean, if anything, because Monday is a Monday, and a lot of people call in sick, or, weekend things happen. If anything, maybe his long day's a Tuesday. If we think it's because of that.
Well, I don't think it really matters what day it is.
Well, I'm just saying
No.
Monday is a vulnerable day for a lot of people, because you go out all weekend, you do things, he travels because he does the coaching and the refereeing, I don't know. It was just a thought. I have not seen him.
Because honestly, he could pick a different day, because we don't, here's the weird thing.
That was my point,
We
is
don't have
like they
enough
could pick,
supervisors
they
to
could
go-
pick different days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday are open days, and so like, they could pick another day if they wanted.
Yeah, exactly, because there's not enough supervisors for every night of the week.
No.
I mean, there's just not, so they could pick wherever they want.
Yeah,
At one point,
that
Elle
would
did
be,
actually want a Wednesday and a Thursday, and then she didn't want it, this, I mean, it's back and forth constant.
but she's trying to figure out her own things.
For our personal thing, which is hard, I mean.
And well, it's only just becoming, I mean, she's a teenager, it's just what it's gonna be. No, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty neutral if you wanna talk to Tori about it, I not knowing the history, I didn't wanna change it too quickly, but at the same time,
I
like,
guess I want people
I
to be
haven't
happy.
had Parker complain to me
Okay.
either, so I
want
thought,
people to
well,
be happy coming in, you know, I want them to
we
enjoy.
want them showing up.
Amy's enjoying, Amy loves her job, she likes it, she's doing, she's stepping up, she's like dedicated, like we said, we just want people to see and for them to elevate themselves.
Right, no, I think you lead by example, I mean, I think, well, and with this new change of program,